Hey everyone. Okay, so you know that Healthy Wealthy blog post, the one about making money online, really got me thinking.
The 5 Proven Ways One Right.
Ah,
September 19th.
yeah, that's the one. It's like everyone's looking for new income streams these days, right? And I gotta say, the internet, it's like a whole world of possibilities.
Totally.
But forget those get-rich-quick schemes. This article, it's all about legitimate ways to earn. So we're diving deep today, gonna unpack these methods, see what they're all about.
Love it. Let's do it.
All right, so first up, we've got freelancing, basically turning your skills into cash,
Sure.
which sounds pretty good, right?
On paper, yeah, it's definitely appealing. But is it really that straightforward? What do you think?
Well, I'm a little skeptical, honestly. I mean, the article mentions places like Upwork and Fiverr, but I've heard those platforms can be a bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah, you're right to be a little cautious. I mean, those platforms, they can be good starting points,
Hmm.
especially for beginners. Like Fiverr, for example. It's known for those kind of quick, smaller gigs, which is great if you're just sort of dipping your toes in.
Right.
Upwork, on the other hand, tends to have bigger projects, so you get more experienced freelancers there. But honestly, both platforms, competition can be fierce. And the fees, they can take a chunk out of your earnings.
Yeah, that makes sense. So how do you even stand out in that kind of crowd? Like, what makes a freelancer really shine?
That's where building a good reputation is key. The article really emphasizes that. It's like you got to treat your profile as your online storefront. You know, clear descriptions, got to have good examples of your work, testimonials.
Yeah.
It's like building a brand, but you are the brand.
Yeah, it's all about trust, right? Like, I'm way more likely to hire someone with glowing reviews, but how do you even get those first few clients? Where do you even start?
It's tough. It's like a chicken and egg thing, right?
Mm.
One thing that works well, especially when you're just starting out, is tapping into your existing network. Tell your friends, your family, former colleagues, let them know you're freelancing and what you're looking for.
Right.
You never know who might need your skills.
Word of mouth is huge. Okay, next up, affiliate marketing. Get paid to recommend products you love. Okay, sign me up. This one sounds almost too good to be true.
Well, it's a popular method for a reason. It's all about partnerships. You work with companies like Amazon, they're mentioned in the article, or share a sale. You promote their products through your website, blog, even social media. And every time someone buys through your unique affiliate link,
You get a cut.
it's exactly a commission. And it can be really lucrative, especially if you've already got an audience, people who trust your recommendations.
It's like you're giving your audience this curated shopping experience, but building that audience, that takes time, right? I feel like the article kind of skims over that part.
Yeah, and that's key. Affiliate marketing, it can be passive income, but you got to manage those expectations. You need a loyal following, people who trust your judgment. You've got to be seen as a reliable source. And that means consistently putting out great content, engaging with your audience,
Right.
being transparent about the affiliate partnerships.
So transparency is key. No sneaking those links in everywhere. It's got to be genuine. Okay, next method, creating and selling online courses. This one's intriguing. It's like becoming a digital teacher, right?
Totally. And it's booming right now. The article's right. Platforms like Udemy and Teachable, they've made it so much easier. You package your knowledge, your expertise, boom, you've got a product to sell.
And the best part is, it's scalable.
Exactly. You create a high-quality course once, and it can generate income for months, even years, with very little overhead.
Now, that's what I call passive income with a purpose. But there are a ton of online courses out there. How do you make yours stand out? What does the article say?
It all comes down to your niche. Find something you're passionate about, something you know inside and out. Become an expert in that one thing. Not only will creating the course be more enjoyable for you, but it'll resonate more with your audience too.
You become the go-to person for that topic. I like it. All right, let's move on to e-commerce and drop shipping. This one always seems to be surrounded by a lot of buzzwords. What's the real story?
Drop shipping is great if you want to try e-commerce, but maybe you don't want to deal with the whole inventory thing.
Okay, that's appealing.
Yeah, and the article talks about how platforms like Shopify make it really easy to set up shop online. You can start selling stuff without ever actually touching the products.
So you're like the middleman
Exactly.
between the customer and whoever's actually making and shipping the product.
Right.
Are there downsides the article maybe glosses over?
Well, yeah, there are always challenges. Like with anything, dropshipping has a lower barrier to entry than like traditional e-commerce, but one of the biggest things is finding reliable suppliers.
Right, because if they mess up,
Exactly.
it reflects on you.
You're putting your reputation in their hands. They're the ones shipping the product, handling it. If they mess up, it's your brand that takes the hit.
That's a great point. It's like a partnership, even though it's all virtual.
Right.
So you've really got to do your research.
Absolutely. Don't just go for the cheapest option. Look for suppliers with a good track record, quality products, reliable shipping. That's essential.
Yeah, it sounds like building those strong supplier relationships is just as crucial as building relationships with your customers.
100%. It's all connected.
All right, let's move on to the fifth and final method from the article, content creation. This one, it seems like it's just exploding right now. It's like everyone and their cat has a blog or a YouTube channel these days. It's gone way beyond cat videos, that's for sure.
Right. It's a whole different ballgame now. People are building entire businesses around
Right.
their content. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. And the article talks about like advertising revenue, sponsorships, but it feels like there's so much more to it than that.
Oh, absolutely. Successful content creators, they're smart, they diversify, merchandise, exclusive content, memberships, even collaborating with brands on limited edition stuff. It's a whole world.
It's like you build a whole universe around what you're passionate about.
Exactly.
That's so cool. But, the article also talks about building a loyal following, and that just seems like it takes a ton of time.
It does. It's a
Yeah.
long game for sure. It's about consistency
Huh.
and really understanding what your audience wants. It's not just about making what you think is good. You got to create content that people actually want to see, that they'll share with others. It's about building a community.
Yeah, it's about connection, right? It's not just about throwing stuff out there and hoping it sticks.
Exactly. Quality over quantity every time.
And authenticity, too. Gotta
Yeah.
be real. Okay, so we've talked about all these different methods.
Yeah.
And it seems like one thing that keeps coming up is the importance of a strong online presence. The article mentions it again and again.
And it's true. It's crucial no matter what method you're talking about. Freelancing, e-commerce, content creation, you name it.
It's like your digital storefront, right?
Exactly. It's how people find you, get to know you, decide if they want to work with you or buy from you or follow you. You got to make a good first impression.
And it's more than just having a website, right? It's about using these platforms to engage with your people, give them something valuable, build that trust.
Absolutely. Think of it like hosting a party. You want people to show up, you want them to have a good time, you want them to tell their friends about it, right?
Right.
It's the same online. Except it's 24/7.
True. Which can be kind of overwhelming.
It definitely can be. That's why it's so important to find what works for you. The platforms, the strategies. Not every platform is right for every person, and that's okay.
Yeah.
The key is to experiment. See what sticks, what gets you results. And don't be afraid to adjust your approach as you go.
So it's a journey, not a destination.
100%. It's about constantly learning, adapting, staying curious. Because the online world, it's always changing.
That's true. Speaking of staying ahead of the curve, what about new stuff? The article focuses on these 5 proven methods, but there's always something new popping up online, right? Anything catch your eye lately?
Totally. One thing I've been really interested in is the rise of the creator economy.
Oh, yeah.
We talk about content creation, but this takes it to a whole other level. It's about individuals building their own brands, cultivating these communities, and monetizing their passions in new and innovative ways.
So it's like content creation, but supercharged.
Exactly.
Right.
Like we're seeing creators build membership communities, exclusive content, online courses, even just a closer connection with their audience. And they're charging a recurring fee for that.
Wow.
Others are using platforms like Patreon to crowdfund their work,
Okay.
giving their biggest fans early access, behind-the-scenes stuff, even the chance to collaborate on projects. It's really cool.
That's amazing. It's like a whole different way of thinking about supporting the things you love.
Exactly.
Mm.
And it creates this really cool, mutually beneficial relationship between creators and their audiences.
It does, but it also seems like it takes a certain kind of personality to pull it off.
Oh, for sure. Not everyone thrives in that kind of environment, and that's totally fine. The beauty of the online world is that there's something for everyone. You just got to find your niche.
Find what fits your skills, your interests, your personality. So
Yeah.
it's about creating your own definition of success.
Love it. Okay, before we wrap up this deep dive into the world of online income, any last words of wisdom for our listeners who are feeling inspired and ready to take action?
If I could just leave you with one thought, it would be this. Don't be afraid to start. It's easy to get stuck in the planning phase, doing tons of research, but sometimes you just gotta dive in. It's like you can get so caught up in trying to make everything perfect.
Right, analysis paralysis, it'll
Yeah.
stop you dead in your tracks.
It really will. The beauty of all of this, though, the online world, you can start small,
Totally.
test things out, learn as you go.
You don't need a ton of money
Right.
or some big fancy business plan. just take that first step
It's so
and
true.
be open to seeing where it leads.
It's like they say the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Right. And speaking of trees, think of all the ways to branch out with this stuff. We talked about freelancing, offering those unique skills, affiliate marketing, connecting with your people, sharing stuff you love. And those online courses, it's like,
Sharing your knowledge with the world.
yeah, become
Yeah,
an expert.
exactly. And if you're feeling really ambitious, you've got e-commerce, drop shipping, build a whole business online.
It's crazy.
And of course, content creation. That's where your creativity can really shine.
I'm so inspired right now. Who knew a simple blog post could spark such a deep dive?
That's what we love to hear. But knowledge is only powerful if you actually do something with it, right?
So true. Okay, before we wrap up, let's bring it back to you, the listener. Which one of these methods really spoke to you? What sparked your curiosity? What got those wheels turning?
Hold on to that.
Yeah.
That little spark, that's your intuition. And it might be leading you somewhere amazing.
And remember, you don't have to do this alone. We're here to support you every step of the way. More deep dives, more insights, and hey, we'll have some laughs along the way too, right?
Always.
Yeah.
Making money online shouldn't be a drag.
Exactly. It should be fun. So until next time, keep exploring, keep experimenting, keep chasing those dreams, whatever they may be.
We'll see you in the next episode of The Deep Dive.